Very good morning, all of you. Today we'll discuss about the versions of Python and fundamental data types of Python. So earlier the Python version was introduced. The Python 1.0 was introduced in the year of 1994. Later on, few years, Python 2.0 was introduced in the year 2020 October, and later on Python 3 will be introduced in the year of 2008. Okay. So right now all the developers or all the open source community, they are using a version as 3.9.6. This one is the latest version, and 3.7.2, 3.7.6, these are the versions where compatible with Windows 7, and 3.9.6 are the version where they compatible with Windows 8 or Windows 10 and the Linux operating system. Okay. So this is the basic things where we can use the different types of version, but the main purpose of that version is to perform the task with some limitations. So now today we'll discuss the actual implementations of Python. In that we'll discuss how we'll declare the identifier. In C language, in C++, in Java language, we need to define the identifier. What is the reason behind that? Because see, if you want to perform any operation, we require a certain things. For example, we require a variable. For example, we require a constant, class, function. Similarly, in Python, if you want to perform any operation, we require an identifier. So identifier is nothing but identifier is used to identify the variable, constant, function, class. Now here we get the new terms: variable, constant, function, class. We'll see one by one. But what is the purpose of variable? What is the purpose of constant? What is the purpose of function? What is the purpose of class? Well, let's discuss about that, and after that we'll check the rules also. A variable is nothing but a name given to a storage area where we can store the value. Okay. So a name given to a storage area. For example, x is equals to 10. So what is that? 10 is a value which will be stored in the XYZ location whose name is x. So x is what? Variable. So simply, what is a variable? Variable is nothing but a name given to a storage area where we can store the value, whose value can be changed during execution of program. Later जैसे C language, C++ में हम पढ़ते हैं, वैसे यहाँ same thing available. Second important thing, the constant is there. Constant is nothing but it is similar to the variable, but the difference is that whose value cannot be changed. A name given to a storage area whose value cannot be changed during execution. उसकी वैल्यू कभी भी चेंज नहीं होती है. फॉर एग्जांपल पाई इज इक्वल टू 3.14. वी ऑल नो दैट द वैल्यू ऑफ पाई इज 3.14. Similarly, if you want to make a constant as x is equals to 10, that means we cannot, if you do not want to change the value of x, then we will use it as a constant. After that, function is a block of statement which is used to perform the repeated operation. And class, we all know that object oriented programming feature where we can use define the number of specification, and we will call that specifications by using object. So these are the four important terms. And if you want to define the variable, if you want to define the class, if you want to define the constant function, we require to understand the concept of identifier. The name itself indicates that it is used to identify something. So while defining them, we need to follow certain rules. Like in C language, we need to follow the same rule. But here we have some additional rules. The first rule is, while defining the variable, while defining the constant, function and class, we can use small alphabet as well as capital alphabets. Small alphabet is nothing but small a to small z, where is the A, B, C, D. Capital alphabets, capital A, capital B up to capital Z. So while defining this identifier, we can use small alphabet as well as capital alphabet. So for example, I want to store the value as a 20. in a variable. So I will use capital X, capital Y, I will use small a, small b, or either I can use the combination of small and capital, like capital A, B, C equals to 10, class ABC, like that we can. Second important point, digits. While defining the identifier, we can use the digits from 0 to 9. So we can use digit x10, x100, ABC 200, PQR 312, like that. So we can use any number of digit. याद रखना है ये एक बात कि एक जगह पे डिजिट सिंगल डिजिट में वैल्यू 0 to 9 कभी भी 0 to 9 ही होती है, but we can use 0 to 9. For example, if you want to use ABC 999, is it valid? Yes, it is valid. Okay, so don't worry about that. So we can use digits. Later on, third important point, while defining the identifier, we need to use underscore. If you want to use underscore, for example, if you want to define a box length, and while writing the box box length length continuously, we did not pronounce that box length word or variable. So for that, to separate them, we will use underscore. But because we cannot able to use a space, empty space, so that's why we need to use underscore. So it is not mandatory again, but for some things, some particular purposes, we can use underscore. If we have two words, if we have three words, to combine them, we will use underscore. Again, no special symbols are allowed. It's most important thing. No special symbols are allowed, and no punctuation marks also allowed. So special symbols like dollar, hash, at the rate symbol, these are the special symbols. And punctuation marks, exclamatory mark, question mark, comma, these are the punctuation marks. So we cannot able to use while defining the variable, constant, function, and class. It's a very important thing. Identify should not start with digits. Similarly, C language. C language के जो भी identifier rule है, same they are using in Python. What is the reason? Because the feature of procedure-oriented programming language in Python is borrowed from C language. So that's why there is no difference between the identifier. If you know the C language, if you don't know, forget about that. But if you know the C language, then we can easily understand these identifier rules are used in C language. Identifiers are case sensitive. ये case sensitive होते हैं. Make a note of that. Okay. For example, I am declaring a variable capital X is equals to 20, and I am accessing the variable as small x. Then it will generate an error. Case sensitive मतलब जो use किया है, whether we are using a small case, whether we are using a capital case, whatever it may be, just use as we define. अगर नहीं करते हैं तो we'll get the error. So let's see. I will use command. X is equal to 20. Here I'm using a small x and I'm printing a capital X. It will generate. See, x is not defined. Here we define the x, but it says x is not defined. What is the difference? Because it is a case sensitive. There's a difference between small x and capital X. See, let's see. We'll define small x. See, we get the value as a 20. That means simply we can say that it is a case sensitive. After that, keywords are not used to identify name. It's also same for the C language. So what is the keywords? Keywords are the reserved word by the system. It is used for the special purpose. Okay, for example, let's say the concept of operator, decision making, loops. So in that section, we are using operators, or we are using keywords. Keywords is what? Keywords are the reserved word by the system which is used to perform the special task. For example, if. According to the identifier, if is a valid name of variable, if is a valid name of constant, if is a valid name of function, if is a valid name of class. Then why we cannot able to use? Because it is the reserved words. It is a keyword. So keywords are not able to make a note of that. We cannot able to use keyword. If these keywords satisfy all the rule, again we cannot able to use that keyword because keywords are used to perform special tasks. For example, if we are using if keyword as a variable name, then can I able to find decision making statements? If you want to make a comparison between two operators, two variable operands, is it possible to compare? If we are using a keyword like for as a variable name, then I able to perform a loop operation? No. So like that, these keywords plays very important role. It has a special meaning. So we all know that a special person and normal person. A normal person takes normal जो वर्क होता है वो करता है, एंड स्पेशल पर्सन जो होता है वो स्पेशल ड्यूटी करता है. दैट मीन्स दैट पर्सन इज अपॉइंटेड फॉर something special reasons. So similarly, the keywords, the list of keywords are available, but if you want to check that keyword, you can check from the internet, or if you want to check these keywords, just give me 1 minute. Lecture मध्ये so the keywords are the used to identify. So if you want to check these keywords, am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if you want to check the keywords, then we can able to check these keywords by using this prompt. So first of all, I will clear exit from that. CLS is there. So clear screen. So now if you want to check the keywords, then and we can enter into the Python shell. So right now we have we entered into the Python. So after that we need to import keyword dot kw list. So we need to import this if you want to check. Otherwise you can check from the internet also. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Say just I did right. Here first of all we need to enter the Python. After that we need to import keyword. First step. Once we import, so then we will print that. See, import keyword. After that keyword dot kw list. Okay, so these are the keywords. See, false, none, true, this big, and, as, assert, async, await, break, class, continue, lambda. So these are while, with, raise, pass. So these are the keywords. Make a note of that. So according to the identifier rule, these keywords we can use according to identifier rule, we can use as a variable name, constant name, function name. But one special note is there, we cannot use the keyword as a variable name, we cannot use keyword as a function name, we cannot use keyword as a class name or constant name. What is the reason? That because this keyword has a special task. So ये keyword सभी special task पे perform करते हैं. That's why we cannot able to use that. Make a note of that. Okay. So this is about the keywords. So I have that list. 33 reserved words is available. So You can watch this video after that, or you can list out by using this command. Simply enter into the Python shell. Python shell में जाना है, and after that use import keyword, and after importing this use keyword.kw list. Okay, so you can check the reservoirs. So this is about the identifier, and this one is about the keyword. So in the interview they will ask question, how many keywords are available or how many keywords are present in Python. So we can specify the answer as a 33. Again they will ask the question regarding how to check keywords from terminal, or we can say that from shell. So we need to specify this answer. First of all we will import the keyword, and after that we'll print that by using keyword.kw list. KW stands for keyword list, keyword.kw list. So by using that we can check the, so you can specify such a type of answer. Now it's play very important role. Each student must understand this concept. It is a very useful concept. In last session we already discussed about that the Python is a dynamically typed language. What? The Python is a dynamically typed language. If it is a dynamically typed language, that means there is no need to specify the data. It will automatically detect, we all know that. So for example, see, here is an example. So right now here x is equals to 10, and here I am printing print bracket x. You get the value in that section. आपको दिखाई दे रहा है in that section here मैंने data type define किया है क्या? In that section check करो कि मैंने data type define किया है क्या? Does I define the data type? No. Automatically it will be treated as a integer data type. For example, again here I will use y is equals to, I will use a college name PSCOE. Print that name. So यहाँ भी check करो, does I specify the data type? No. So that's why we call the Python is a dynamically typed language. Dynamic type language, that means automatically it will be detected. There is no need to specify the data type while declaring the variable, and there is only one language called as Python is available. Otherwise in C, C++, whether it is Java, we need to specify the data type. Without a data type we cannot able to do that. Okay. So but still a question will arise is, if we didn't use a data type, then still why we use the data type? See, I said that it is a dynamically typed language. That means you did not write a data type while declaring the variable, but it automatically detects what type of data is. So for that reason आपको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, but identify करने के लिए तो data type लगेंगे ना. So for that reason the data types are okay. For that reason the data types are required. So how many data types are available? The data types are categorized into two types. The data types are categorized into two types. First one is a fundamental data type, or we can say that primary data type. And second one is a secondary data type. That means the data types, primary data types are there and secondary data type. So here also the question will arise, how many data types are available in Python? So we need to specify the answer as 14. Total 14 data types are available. So if you get the question like how many fundamental data types are available or how many primary data types are available, then we need to specify the answer as 5. 5 data types are available. 5 fundamental data types are available. What about secondary data types? How many secondary data types are available? 9. So 5 plus 9, we get the total data types as a 14. So just we'll check the names, and after that we'll do the one by one. So first of all we need to use basic things. So in that fundamental types we need to discuss later on. We need to discuss about the secondary data types also. So here int stands for integer. If you want to represent the natural numbers or complete. We can say that the complete number. Complete number is nothing but without a fractional number. Then we will use the int. For example, 1, 200, 200, 1000, 10,000, like that. So in future, if you want to perform the operation on complete number, then we will use int. Float stands for the fractional number. Float stands for the fractional numbers. For example, if you want to define the fractional numbers like 10.5, 20.5, 20.7, 30.1, like that, then we will use fractional numbers. So float. In Python, we cannot able to use a double. Why? Because the length of data types are very big. If you know about that in C language, in C++, in Java, the length will be dependent on the size of variable. For example, in Java or in C language, int size is 2 bytes. 2 bytes, how will calculate the range? 2 to the power number of bits. 2 bytes is equals to 16 bits. That means 2 to the power 16. So we get the value as 65,535. That means we can store a maximum positive number, unsigned number into that particular variable. Unsigned matlab 0 to 65,535. Signed matlab minus 32,768 to 32,767. So in other languages there is a limitation of size because उस time पे था ही थोड़ा सा problem. But in Python, later on it will be updated. In Python, there is no such a concept of size. So that's why the concept of float and double, here the concept of double will be removed. What is the reason? Because there is no limitation of size. If you want to check, you can check it. See, here I am defining x and here I am storing the value. You can check the value of x. See, once I declare, same value will be available. Is there any limitation? We cannot able to read that value also. इतनी बड़ी वैल्यू है कि हम रीड भी नहीं कर पाएंगे इसे, बट स्टोर करके प्रिंट करके दिखा रहा है आपको. That means, is there any limitations are available in Python to store the value? The answer is no. We don't have any limitations. We don't have any limitations. So that means this, while using this concept float, is there any need to use a double operator? Double data type? No, there is no need to use. Why we use float and double? If the value is a bigger size, whose precision size is 12, then in that case we are using a double. If precision size is a 6, then we will use float. ये हम C language में करते थे, but right now there is no need. So that's why. So see, in easy way, make to understand. Float is used for the fractional value. All the fractional values are used in the float. Make a note of that. In that section, there is no need to use double. So first one is int and second one is a float. Third one is a complex. Complex means combination of real and imaginary value. So that means the format of complex is first real part is there, after that imaginary part is there, and after that a fixed value of j is there. J is nothing but square root of minus 1. Square root. So we'll do that, we'll check in the complex detail, but make a note of that it contains some real value, imaginary value, like that, complex value. Okay. Fourth one is a boolean. For example, if you want to check how to localize the complex values, x is equals to 2 plus 3i. In our language, we are using I. Python. So this x is equals to 2 plus 3j. So 2 is a real value, 3 is a imaginary value, and j is a square root of minus. Let's check out later on, but आपको ये format पता होना चाहिए, that's why here I'm showing. Fourth one is a bool. Bool stands for the boolean. इनके बारे में हम डिटेल में पढ़ने वाले हैं, but just by learning these things we need to just discuss how we can use, okay, like that stuff. So that's why I'm defining them just. The fourth one is a bool. Bool stands for the boolean value, and we all know that boolean value, we have only two boolean values, either true or either false. True represents 1, false represents 0. Oh, make a note of true represents true represents 1, false represents 0. So where we can use this boolean value? In relational operator, in logical operator. How we can use? If we compare one thing with another thing, we get the value as true or false. We did not get value in the form of integer. We did not get value in the form of some fractional, complex. ऐसे value हमें मिलते नहीं है. हमें मिलता है only क्या? Whether that condition is true or false. For example, x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 5. If we compare x is greater than y, it will generate output as true. Why? Because the certain condition is a valid. If it is valid, we get the true output. If it is invalid, then we get the false output. That means true and false will be depending on the boolean value. And it's play a very important role while decision making statement, while looping operation. If that condition is satisfied, then that loop will be executed in earlier days. Earlier हम जब programming करते थे ना, तो ऐसा होता था. यहाँ भी decision making में हम use कर सकते, but while using a loop, they will use a different format. They did not use a condition. So we'll check how they did not use a condition like this. So these are the 4 fundamental data types, and last fundamental data type is a string. In C, there is a concept of char. In C++, there is also called as a concept of char. Char stands for character. But in Java, there is a concept of string class. Similarly, here is a class called as str. Str stands for string. These are the all classes. Make a note of that. These are the all classes. Data types भी हो सकते हैं और ये classes भी consider होते हैं. So what is the role of string? String contains the statement. If you want to store some alphabets, for example, place name, like that stuff, then we can use the string. ये इसके अंदर भी different types of ways है. For example, we can use single quote, we can use double quote, and also we can use triple quote. We'll discuss about that, how we can use and later on, but make a note of that. The string is also used to represent some alphabets, characters, values, like that stuff. इसके लिए हमें string use कर सकते. Other data types, these are the secondary data type. Just we will list out, we'll discuss later. So byte array is there, and once we completed the fundamental data type, we'll look into the secondary data type. Don't worry about that. We will check each data type. See, we did not wasting our time right now. Just we are understanding the concept. We will clear all the basic doubts. So range is there, list is there, tuple is there, set, frozen set, dict, and none is there. यहाँ एक concept होता है mutable and immutable, but we'll discuss in later. Okay, so once we clear the fundamental, so after that we'll discuss about mutable concept and immutable concept. Just make a note of that. Mutable means we can change the value of given variable. Immutable means we cannot able to change the value. There is no permission available to change the value. So like that. Okay, so make a note of that. इसमें ऐसा भी question आता है कि does these fundamental data types are mutable or immutable? So the basic answer of that is the fundamental data types are always unmutable. Okay, immutable. We'll discuss about that. Don't worry about that. After completion of this fundamental data type, we'll discuss about the mutable and unmutable. Don't worry about that. Range is there, list is there, tuple set, frozen set, dict, and none is. These are the data types, primary data types and secondary data types. Let's discuss about the fundamental data types in detail. Before that, we need to understand the some predefined functions where we using in the Python. अभी Python में मैंने पढ़ाया तो नहीं print आपको, but just आपको print करके दिखाया था. But we'll discuss about the inbuilt functions. What are the inbuilt functions that are available? How we will use that? What is the meaning of that? So print is a predefined function in Python. Print is a predefined function which is used to display the content which are inside the print function. Double quote के अंदर whatever it may be, just if you want to print them, then we can print. जो भी है, print के साथ में हमें variable print करना है. We'll go step by step. Don't worry about that. Okay. So here, for example, print operation is there. So x is equals to 10. Just it is a predefined. That means we need to enter the defined things. So x is equals to 10. इसके अंदर x डाल दो. It will print the value. See. अभी x तो प्रिंट किया है हमने. Just use print round bracket x. Display the value. Display the value. So like print display the 10. X is equals to 100. Print x. Print the value. So whatever it may be, जो भी print करना है. For example, print so whatever it may be, just if you want to print on console, then just we use the print function. Okay. There are lots of other functions that are available. Don't worry about that. Just we are using the print now. Print, welcome. That will be printed now. Okay. Second is type. This is very useful. हमने fundamental के बारे में तो पढ़ लिया है. We all know that the fundamental data type. So right now, if you want to identify, right now we know that x is equals to 10 is a fundamental data type. X is equals to 10.5 is a fractional float data type. But how will identify? In that case, just we will use the type. In that case, we'll use the just. So how will use? Let's check about that. So type is a predefined function. So make a note of that. These are the definitions and very useful. So I will ask these definition while preparing for the interview. Make a note of that. But ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो भी concept है उसमें आपको definition नहीं आए. Definition plays very important role. Okay. So make a note of that. Interview sessions जो होते हैं ये 50% theoretical होते हैं और 50% practical होते हैं. Practical मतलब वहाँ आपको practical perform नहीं करना है. Just they will ask the question in practical manner or they will ask the question in the theoretical manner. So for example, they will ask why we use the type, or they will ask how we will identify the type, what type of data is. Then we need to specify the answer called as a type. So whatever it may be, they will ask the theoretical question, they will ask the practical question, practical oriented question. So in that section, type is used to identify what type of data is. So we have a bunch of data types. For example, 40 data types are available. So among that, we learn about we discuss about, we did not learn about that. We discuss about there are 5 data types. Fundamental primary data types are there. So once we discuss, just we'll identify what type of data by using a type. So for example, here I'm using x is equals to 20. So according to you, x is equals to 20. That means 20 is a value and x is a variable which will be stored in a particular location. So the location will be checked by using ID. We'll discuss about that. But what type of data is 20? 20 का data type कौन सा? So to check that, we'll use type. We'll use type of x. So we get class as, we get the data type as. Let's say x is equals to 20.5. Now the value is changed. Earlier it was a 20. Now the what type of data is? The data type is float. See, the data type is a float. Again we will change the value. X is equals to, here I will use true. It's case sensitive. Now I want to check the type. So here I will use x type of x. So it will get that bool value. Class is bool. If you want to use a false, then make first letter as a capital, false, like x is equals to false. If we're trying to store in small case or capital case, it will generate an error. Make a note of that. So right now x is equals to false. What type of x is? So type of x is bool. After that, x is equals to 2 plus 3j. It's an example, just make a note of that, and in that case I will use type of x, then it will generate the complex, and the last one is a string. Type of x, see, we get the type of is a string. So that means what is a type? Type is a predefined, see, proper definition कैसी होती, राउंड ब्रैकेट ओपन क्लोज है, दैट मीन्स इट इज अ फंक्शन. सो डेफिनेशन कैसे लिखी जाएगी इसकी? So type is a predefined function which is used to identify what type of data is. Which is to identify what type of data is. That term called as a type. Okay. So that's why we use the type function. Third one is the identity. ID. See, it will generate a particular unique number. See, once we declare any variable inside the Python, okay, once we declare any variable inside the Python, a particular ID number is generated. Particular ID number is generated. So, for example, see, x is equal to 10, and जब भी मैं इसे ID of x करता हूँ, so it will send the particular unique number. See, this one is a particular location where the value is stored. ये location भी कहा जाता है, ये unique number भी कहा जाता है इसका x का, whose value is at 10. When we change the value, now when we print that, the value will be different. See, earlier it was the 320, later on it will be a 352. The value will be changed. Okay. So ये यूनिकनेस के लिए फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम लोकेशन चेक करते हैं. इफ यू वांट टू चेक द आईडी आल्सो वी कैन एबल टू चेक. सो दीज आर द प्रीडिफाइंड फंक्शंस, प्रिंट, टाइप, ऐड, आईडी. अब इससे हमें क्या करना है, ये तो हमने पढ़ लिया. Right now we just basically understand what is we discuss about the fundamental data. Now we'll write one program. क्या प्रोग्राम हम होगा हमारा? So in that section we will write one basic program. In that क्या होगा, just we will declare some variables and after that we'll print the values. Okay, we will print the types. उसके types हमें prints करने हैं. Okay, so let's do that. So in the Python, first of all save the program. So where if you want to store, so right now in D drive I want to store pp programs, Python program, and here we need to specify the name. यहाँ से आप Python भी ले सकते हैं या डबल कोट के अंदर नाम दीजिए. So dt.py.
Hello sir.
Yes.
Sir, PPTs दिसते sir, practically काही दिसत नाही.
Just 1 minute. Okay. लवकर तर सांगायचं रे. Right now is it visible?
Yes sir.
Is it visible right now? Okay, so if we will save the program, so file, open notepad, click on the save. Here use double quote open, double quote close, and here we need to enter the name called as a dt.py. See, we save successfully dt.py. In that we'll define the variables. सो मग याच्या अगोदर जे टर्मिनल वर प्रॅक्टिकल दाखवले ते दिसले नाहीत का तुम्हाला? x is equals to 2 plus 3i like that stuff?
नाही सर.
नाही सर.
अरे मग तुम्ही सांगितलं का नाही मला? अगर मी सगळे प्रॅक्टिकल तर दाखवले. ओके, डोंट वरी अबाउट दॅट, जस्ट वॉच दिस व्हिडिओ, कारण व्हिडिओ मध्ये तर सगळं आलेलं आहे. इफ यू डिड नॉट गेट दॅट देन लेट मी नो अबाउट दॅट. Okay, so I will revise this thing. Just 1 minute, I will revise that particular thing fastly, quickly. So see, so we'll discuss about the data types. So here I will use a Python, and that Python, click on that and see x is equals to 10. So this one is an integer value, and if you want to print this, so we will use a print of x, so the value will be printed. Okay, similarly x is equals to 10. If you want to check the data type of x, what type of data is, then we will use a type round bracket inside the x. Okay, so see, we get that class type as a int, so similarly x is equals to 20.5. अब मैं 20.5 लेता हूं तो इसका टाइप चेंज हो जाएगा, फ्लोट आएगा. सी, वी गेट द फ्लोट टाइप. सिमिलरली x इज इक्वल्स टू, अगर मैं फॉल्स लिखता हूं, फॉल्स, फर्स्ट लेटर इज अ कैपिटल, and if you want to check the type, then it will specify the bool type. So this one is a bool type. Okay, similarly x is equals to, if you want to check the complex number, 2 plus 3j. Okay, we can use a 12 plus 13 like that. Okay, whatever it may be, just we need to use, first one is a real, second one is imaginary, and after the end of that imaginary we need to use j. Type of x, so it will say complex, and x is equals to, suppose string is there, then if you want to check the type, then it will specify the string. So these are the fundamental data types. ये data types क्या है? Fundamental. अभी इसके साथ में ही हमें प्रोग्राम करना है. So प्रोग्राम कैसे करना है? Just we need to identify the types. Okay, और हमें उसे print करना है. So here we'll define the different types of variable. Okay, so x is equals to 10, y is equals to 10.5, z is equals to something called as true, p is equals to something called as 2 plus 3j, and q is equals to something called as double quote. So these are the data types. अब इसके आगे हम data types, ये पूरे data types, x is equals to 10, that means ये कौन सा data type रहेगा हमारा? Integer. This one is a float, this one is a boolean, this one is a complex, and this one is a string. So we will display that value. Okay, so we all know that if you want to display the value, क्या करते हैं? If you want to display the value, we will use a print. Here I will use print in that way. If you want to check the identity, if you want to identify what type of data is, then we will use what type function. So inside print we will use type. Okay, so just 1 minute, आपको confuse नहीं होगा, इसलिए just हम क्या करेंगे? Type use करेंगे, type, type. Type of x, type of y, type of z, type of p, and type of q. Okay, so ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, एक बड़ा प्रोग्राम नहीं, जस्ट हमने डेटा टाइप्स, प्राइमरी डेटा टाइप्स डिफाइन किए हैं और उनको प्रिंट करना है हमें. ओके, मतलब उसका टाइप आइडेंटिफाई करना. सो दिस स्टेप which will what we say, return what type of data is, just save it and trying to execute it. Okay, so open a command prompt. प्रोग्राम कहाँ स्टोर है आपका? डी ड्राइव पे. सो जस्ट डी कोलन दे दो. सो राइट नाउ वी आर इन ए डी. आपको कहाँ जाना है? पीपी प्रोग्राम्स के पास जाना है. अब यहाँ जाके आपको प्रोग्राम परफॉर्म करना है. हाउ टू एग्जीक्यूट? पाइथन, और द नेम ऑफ प्रोग्राम इज dt.py. so just dt, type dt.py. see, we executed that program, but we did not get any output. Okay, that means the program does not have any errors. We can say that the program does not have any errors. इसे execute कर रहा हूँ, output नहीं आ रहा. What is the reason? Because we already learn about the print function. Print function के बारे में हमने पढ़ लिया यहाँ, but हमें output मिला है क्या? नहीं, we did not get any output. So we need to change like that. This print in round bracket, उसके अंदर type. अब इसे सेव करो. जस्ट इट विल डिफाइन द टाइप ऑफ एक्स. इट will define the type of x. So एक बार रन करो इसे, see we get the class int, we get the class int. So ये ऐसे print defined functions use होते हैं. Okay, so just अब आपको क्या करना है, एक फंक्शन को प्रिंट लिखना है. प्रिंट के अंदर टाइप फंक्शन, because we all know that print is a predefined function which is used to display messages on console. Okay, so that's why print is a mandatory. Right, now save this. So आपको जितने भी टाइप्स है ना ये दिखाई देगा. आप int, float, full, complex, string. So it's very basic operation. आपको पता होने के लिए just मैं ये परफॉर्म कर रहा हूँ. Don't worry about that. Just आपको ये भी पता चला कि what are the fundamental data types are available. Yes, few fundamental data types are available like that stuff. Okay. Similarly, if you want to, अभी ये भी नहीं देखा होगा आपने, keywords check करना है तो कैसे करना है? Just we enter into the Python. After that, just import the keyword. Import keyword. Okay, and after that, keyword dot kw list. So it will list out the keywords. Okay, ये भी प्रैक्टिकल परफॉर्म करो आप. अभी ये आपने देखा नहीं तो इसलिए मैंने रिवाइज किया. So just watch this video repeatedly one more time. एक बार जैसे मैं पढ़ा था वो भी सुनना है, और while doing the practice एक बार आप उसे read भी करना है once more, and after that you can do the practical. Okay, don't worry about that. This is a very simple program in that we define the types of variable and we use this. Okay, so like if you want to print the ID, so instead of that type, just use ID. It will generate unique numbers. Want to add the text, we can add, but right now we don't want to add the text because हमें particular task पे ही focus करना है. Exit from that. Exit. Just compile the program. See, we get the unique values. These are the unique values where we stored the values. Okay, so according to you that we can perform the operation. These are the inbuilt functions. Okay, so now we'll discuss about the data types. Right now we discuss about the what are types of data, fundamental data types and secondary data types, but in detail we'll discuss about the in data type. Okay, so हम in data types के बारे में अब पढ़ेंगे. What is in data type, how we'll use that, how we'll perform that, we'll discuss about that. Once we discuss, after that we'll close the session because थोड़ा सा heavy हो रहा है. So इतना होने के बाद में हम close कर देंगे, and just you need to perform these practicals. Okay, so in data type is what? It is a class. It is used to represent the natural values. In data types are used to represent the natural values. Okay, so ways to represent. So in data type में different types of way होते हैं. For example, decimal value is there, binary value is there, octal value is there, hexadecimal value. So decimal जो होता है उसका base होता है, the decimal value of base is a 10, while binary value whose base is a 2, octal value whose base is a 8, and hexadecimal value whose base is a 60. Okay, make a note of that. Okay, so hexadecimal value we all know that 0 to 9 होती है, and after that 10 value is nothing but A11 को B कहा जाता है, C, D and F को 15 कहा जाता है. So 0 to 15 that means total 16 values होती है, उसका base 16 होता है. So while doing the practical we just focus on the decimal value. While doing the bitwise operator we focus on the binary value and octal value. Okay, so here different types of values. So for example, how will represent the binary value, how will represent the decimal value. So these are the way. For example, if you want the decimal value, we directly use the decimal values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 1000 like that. These are the decimal values. But while representing the octal value, while representing the value binary value, or while representing the hexadecimal value, it is a mandatory to use few keywords, few words before the value. For example, how will you represent the binary value? Binary value will be represent 0. It's mandatory first 0. After that, capital B or small b. We can use small b. It is not case sensitive. So we can use capital B. We can use small b. Okay, और उसके आगे आपको नंबर लिखना है. So that will be treated as a binary. Octal similarly 0 O. capital O or small o. O stands for octal, B stands for binary, and X stands for hexadecimal. ओके, एक्स स्टैंड्स फॉर हेक्साडेसिमल. ये क्यों बता रहा हूँ कि आपको डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करने हैं. सो एट दैट टाइम आपको आइडेंटिफाई होना चाहिए कि भाई मेरे पास तो इंटीजर वैल्यू है. इंटीजर के तो 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स है. वी हैव 4 डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज ऑफ इंटीजर. फर्स्ट वन इज अ डेसिमल, सेकंड वन इज अ बाइनरी, थर्ड one is a octal, and fourth one is a hexadecimal. So how will I identify the hexadecimal value? How will I identify the octal value? So see here in terminal, example, if you want to represent the x is equals to 10, so this one is a interval. X is equals to 0b. Okay, b is a capital or b is small, whatever it may be. 1 1 1, or we can say 4 times 1. अभी x के अंदर क्या स्टोर किया है? 10 स्टोर किया है. 4 टाइम्स मैंने अभी लेटर ऑन x इज इक्वल्स टू 4 टाइम्स 1. अभी 4 टाइम्स 1 बाइनरी में क्या होता है? 15 होता है. सो जस्ट प्रिंट x, सी वी गेट द 15. इसमें एक कंसेप्ट ये है कि वैल्यू कैसे भी स्टोर करो, इट विल डिस्प्ले ओनली डेसिमल फॉर्मेट. विल बी डिस्प्लेड इन द डेसिमल फॉर्मेट. अब 4 टाइम्स 1 यूज किया है मैंने. 4 टाइम्स 1 क्या होता है? 15 होता है. So see 1010 कितना होता है? 10 होता है. So x is equals to 0 binary 1010. So again the value will be stored 10. That means while displaying the value, it will be print in the form of decimal. Okay. So what about the octal? X is equals to 0. O stands for octal, capital or small, whatever it may be. 111. So it will print the value 73. 111 मतलब क्या होता है? ऑक्टल में 73 होता है. x is equals to 0x, capital or capital, small, whatever it may be. Here I am using f. f क्या होता है? 15 होता है ना. So see x value is 50. So just make a note of that. 0b means binary, 0o means octal, and 0x means hexadecimal. So these are the ways where the decimal value plays. Okay, so first one is a decimal format, later on the binary format, later on the octal format, later on the hexadecimal value, and the last convergence. If you have any value and if you want to convert, then we will use this predefined function. बाइनरी के लिए bin, octal के लिए oct, hexadecimal के लिए hex. Okay, so just don't worry about that. Just I will show you the demos. So here I will use a Python, and after that I will use x is equals to 10. So in x is equals to 10, it is a decimal value. So we will use binary of x. I will print binary of x. See 0b binary 1010. After that we'll use octal of 10. See 0o and 12 is a octal of binary 10. Sorry, decimal 10. 10 का ये octal है 12. So after that we'll use hex function to convert it into what? Hexadecimal. So 10 के लिए a कहा जाता है. See 0x stands for hexadecimal and a is a 10. So these are the base conversion operations. So we can perform the operation. So यही प्रोग्राम मुझे यहाँ करना होगा. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Just I will remove this. Okay, and I will use print round bracket binary of x, print round bracket octal of x, print round bracket x of x. Save it and just trying to execute that program. Exit from the terminal, cls, clear the screen, and execute that Python dt.py. See 0b 10, 0 octal, 0 hexadecimal. 0 is mandatory. Okay, decimal के लिए वो mandatory नहीं होता. So these are the base conversion. From tomorrow we'll discuss about the other data type: float, string, bool, and complex. Tomorrow we'll discuss about that. Just today quickly revise what we learn about that. So today we'll discuss about the Python version, Python identifiers, what are the rules and regulation, how we'll display the keywords. Keywords are the reserved words, case sensitiveness, reserved word कैसे check करना है. After that, what are the types of data, fundamental data types, secondary data types. We listed these data types list, and after that we perform the inbuilt functions print, id and type. After that, the integer data types, there are 4 ways to represent the integer data type: decimal, octal, binary and hexadecimal, and these are the data types example. So let's say that. Okay, this is about the today's lecture. If you have any query, let me know about that. We'll discuss about that. Otherwise, we'll close the session.